Kuala Lumpur Airport by the Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, followed by a red carpet reception featuring traditional music and cultural performances reflecting the shared heritage. The Prime Minister Modi and PM Anwar held comprehensive delegation-level talks with bilateral talks scheduled for later today. The discussions are expected to focus on strengthening the cooperation in key areas, including healthcare, national security, labour and defence. Both leaders will also witness the signing of multiple cooperation agreements. Defence ties are likely feature prominently, with India exploring potential defence exports such as the Dornier aircraft, along with maintenance and upgrade support for Malaysia's Scorpion-class submarines and Sukhoi Su-30 fighter jets. Let's listen in.
भारत और मलेशिया के संबंध बहुत विशेष हैं। हम मैरीटाइम नेबर्स हैं। सदियों से हमारे लोगों के बीच गहरे और आत्मीय रिश्ते रहे हैं। आज मलेशिया भारतीय मूल की आबादी वाला दुनिया का दूसरा सबसे बड़ा देश है। हमारी सभ्यताएं, साझा सांस्कृतिक विरासत और लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों से जुड़ी हुई है। फ्रेंड्स, पिछले कुछ वर्षों में हमारे संबंधों ने एक नई रफ्तार पकड़ी है और इसमें मेरे मित्र प्रधानमंत्री अनवर इब्राहिम का विशेष योगदान है। हमारे बीच एनर्जी, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में सहयोग बहुत मजबूत हुआ है। सिक्योरिटी के क्षेत्र में हम काउंटर टेररिज्म, इंटेलिजेंस शेयरिंग और मैरीटाइम सिक्योरिटी में सहयोग मजबूत करेंगे। हम रक्षा सहयोग को भी और व्यापक बनाएंगे। एआई और डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज के साथ साथ हम सेमीकंडक्टर, हेल्थ और फूड सिक्योरिटी में साझेदारी को आगे बढ़ाएंगे।
Now joining us now is CNN News 18's Akansha Swaroop. Akansha, a very good morning to you and thank you for joining us. Now PM Modi in his address talked about shared cooperation in various sectors in defence, maritime, technology, health, etc. So what are the key agreements that we can expect that would come out of this meeting?
That's a very good question because remember, it is a partnership which has been elevated to a strategic partnership, a comprehensive strategic partnership in the year 2024 itself. And Prime Minister, as we all know, has spoken about the commonalities between Malaysia and India as well. Now, in terms of MOUs, you can expect one on maritime security, given that Prime Minister has spoken about how defense and security cooperation, including maritime security and counter-terrorism, have been strengthened during, say, the aegis of Prime Minister Modi's leadership and Anwar Ibrahim. And the visit will also review progress in, say, trade investment. Prime Minister also in his speech has highlighted how semiconductors, digital technologies, renewable energy, even people-to-people ties have deepened India's engagement with Malaysia. At the same time, we are all aware that Malaysia has held the ASEAN chairmanship in 2025 year. So Malaysia being a very integral part of ASEAN also sort of strengthens India's outreach to these ASEAN nations. And at the same time, Malaysia happens to be part of our Act East policy. And all of this is extremely important and significant. So you can expect Prime Minister and Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim of Malaysia also to be strengthening, cooperation in these areas. And the MEA Secretary of East, P. Kumaran, has also said that India is looking for sale of Dornier aircraft, cooperation on Scorpion submarines, and modification, upgradation, and midlife maintenance of the Sukhoi 30 aircraft, and supply of naval platform to Malaysia. So Malaysia is also looking towards us for defense assistance as well. More importantly, we'll have to see if India has in fact most importantly confirmed that the extradition of fugitive preacher Zakir Naik will also be discussed during the visit. So we'll have to await a declaration of sorts or an announcement coming out of this bilateral meet that's taking place between Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to see how far our defense cooperation and even the extradition of Zakir Naik is taken forward, given that India has been extremely vexed by the kind of rhetoric that is being delivered by him in Malaysia against India, and the way he's instigating, terror, and the way he's propping up the terror infrastructure also against India in countries like Malaysia and Southeast Asia, something that India is being addressing for a while. Shreya.
Right. Now, Kansha, you mentioned the ASEAN community. Even Prime Minister Modi reaffirmed India's commitment to the centrality of the alliance and also the peace in the Indo-Pacific. So how is this commitment resonating with Malaysia and also the wider ASEAN community, like in times of these regional geopolitics?
Right, and interesting that you talk about times of changing geopolitics and geoeconomic politics also. So, Prime Minister Modi, as somebody who has been a leader taking the voice of Global South forward, has always prioritized Asian economies, even Southeast Asian economies. So ASEAN plays a very key role over there, which is what makes Prime Minister's visit to Malaysia so crucial. And as we all know, Malaysia is the chairman, is holding on to the chairmanship of ASEAN ever since 2025. Given the important role Malaysia has as its founding member as far as ASEAN is concerned, this visit of Prime Ministers, which is the third visit, provides an opportunity to enhance this engagement with the entire region. And the bilateral discussions are also hinging on that. They will be reviewing the progress under the India-Malaysia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. Our priority areas are cooperation, trade, investment, defense, security. And as you rightly highlighted, as far as security in Indo-Pacific is concerned, Malaysia is a very key and integral partner in Vision Mahasagar. And that is why it plays an important and integral role in the Indo-Pacific vision. As we said, that maritime security is also featured, as Prime Minister Modi in his speech has also alluded to that by saying that India and Malaysia are two critical partners as naval neighbors. And so we must enhance our maritime security cooperation as well. So we can expect, say, an MOU which touches upon this part of the bilateral relationship with Malaysia.
Right. Thank you, Kansha, for joining us and sharing your crucial input with us.